promise kept within. An irreplaceable friend. An unforgotten memory. A trial to overcome. An unfading dream. An unbroken tie. A binding destiny. An epic tale of heroes which involves the entire universe.
We managed to find our way into the NIS America corner of Gamescom here, and we've got Jack here who's going to tell us a little bit about Disgaea 4. The fourth game in the series. What's different?
Well, the greatest difference between Disgaea 3 and Disgaea 4 is probably the high-resolution graphics. Before, it was more of a sprite-based game, but for Disgaea 4, it's completely changed. It's high-res. It's more like a cell anime. So everything is more fluid. It's smoother, much more higher res. And I think that a lot of the players will probably appreciate the change on the art style. It's still the same art created by Mr. Harada, but it's more like an anime manga style. So it's almost like watching an animation.
Yeah, because I think it's important to make that point that even though it's not longer sprites, it's still the same sort of atmosphere and feel to the art style.
Yeah, exactly. And the way it turned out, it came out really great, and it fits the atmosphere really well. So we're really happy how the graphics turned out. And probably the other big change for Disgaea 4 is the addition of user-generated contents. So players could create their own battle maps or pirates or actually their army and share it on the PSN so they could like download the maps and try it out, put some comments on it and rate the battle map itself so everyone could sort of share and appreciate all their hard-working contents.
I think we're going to see some very, very difficult maps on there.
Yeah, exactly. Some of those hardcore players, they spend hundreds and hundreds of hours playing, and they probably know what the toughest map is going to be like. So let's see what they're going to create.
You briefly touched on the pirates. Could you explain a little bit about how that works and what that means?
Sure. In the game, there are these characters called pirates, and what it is it's these enemies that usually appear in the item world that attacks the players while they're playing. They're kind of like random like enemies. But for Disgaea 4, players could create their own crew member or pirates, and what you do is you'll make your own battleship and then choose the crews that will be joining it. And once you're done, you upload that to the PSN, and then what happens is it gets shared among all the players, and when they're playing, they will randomly attack their world. And so you're going to have to fight them. And if your pirates defeats the other player, your pirates will steal something from them, like an item, and take it back to your world. But if the other player defeats your pirate, they'll steal something from you and take it back to their world. So it's kind of like this interesting little battle going on in the background.
So you better equip your pirates well.
Exactly. And usually there's like a level limiter, so you won't be like fighting something ridiculously powerful. But like some of the hardcore players, they have like over level 9,999 like characters in there, so you better really watch out.
And what would you say is it that makes Disgaea unique in the strategy RPG segment?
Well, Disgaea is a little unique compared to some other RPG because the game is really more about humor than the seriousness associated with RPGs. There's a lot of jokes and weird like cameos and references. So I guess it has like a little different sense of, to the story and the overall tone and feel of the game. And I think that's like the biggest like the draw to a lot of the fans out there.
A lot of emphasis on the gameplay.
Exactly. Well, I mean, the game itself is very, very hardcore. Again, level 9,999 is very common. But what makes it a little unique is the random dungeons and the item world, which has 100 stages. And these 100 stages are basically randomly generated. So you'll never play the exact same stage ever again. And that's what like increases the basic like overall gameplay replays and all the countless hours.
Thank you very much for your time. Oh, one more question. When's it coming out?
Well, it'll be coming out later this year in September. So October. So if you could look forward to it, it'll be great.
Right. Thank you very much for your time.
What was that? Too serious for some of you, ladies and gentlemen? Ha! Don't worry! We're talking about the most badass strategy RPG, Disgaea 4, a promise unforgotten for crying out loud.